Sabaho everybody and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to talk about the best extended battery case you can get today for your Galaxy S10 or S10 Plus. This is a case made by a company called Zerolemon, and it is designed for the S10 Plus. They make one exactly the same, made for the S10. And as you saw with the logo here, it does support wireless charging, on top of the fact that it's a 5000 milliamp hour battery. This is TK, let's check it out. Like and subscribe and make sure you hit that bell icon so that you're always notified whenever we have new videos on the channel. So here we have it. This is the packaging. Zerolemon likes to ship out all of their battery cases in just basically simple packaging. On the back, we just have the Zerolemon promise, 100% of course, if you make sure that you're happy. And if you like them, make sure you like and of course review their products over on Amazon. Now inside of the packaging, we have of course the weekly giveaways. You can check out that QR code, their information here, as well as again the warranty, the instruction booklet, as well as the product discounts and new product updates. And here's the instruction manual. For the most part, it's very simple. This is a 5000 milliamp battery that supports USB-C connection to be able to charge it. They do not include any cables or any power bricks, so you are going to use the existing cables and power bricks that came with your phone. So in this case, I'm going to be using the standard stock, basically quick charging supporting brick that comes with my S10 Plus. And then of course, we have basically a connector over here as a USB-C connector that will connect to the bottom of our device. It does have openings on the bottom for the 3.5mm headphone jack, as well as the microphone, any pin issues here. And of course, last but not least, is the speaker grill that's also on the bottom, since we have stereo speakers on our Galaxy S10 Plus, as well as the other Galaxy S10 line of devices. On the left side, we have the volume rocker and the Bixby button cutout, or at least button pushing, as well as on the right side here, we have the power button. On the top, we have that microphone opening, and of course, some information. First and foremost, I want to mention to you guys is that this battery has 5000 milliamp hours and the Galaxy S10 Plus has 4100. So at the bare minimum, when you combine them together, you should be able to get a good solid, 2 to 3 days solid performance, especially when you're traveling, you're going on a trip where you're not going to have a lot of power, and or if let's say you're doing an event similar to the way I usually do it, and I need an extended battery to basically help me carry through the day when I'm taking a lot of videos, a lot of pictures, and then trying to fill up all that massive internal storage that's expandable with the micro SD card at the top. Now I want to mention to you guys that I do have a glass protector installed on my device that is slightly damaged and I do need to get it replaced. And I'm going to basically show you guys how does it work with an existing glass protector. I don't have the standard protector that came with it out of the box, so just keep that in mind. Now putting it in the case is pretty simple. You just put the device, align it directly to the bottom of the base itself, and get it to fit just directly on the port. You'll notice right there, it does connect. Now for me with the glass protector, I just want to make sure that it does actually kind of go all the way under, because I do feel like it is going to touch. And I'll clip it on the top, and then at this point you'll notice right there it kind of just fits ever so nicely. It does raise the display ever so nicely away, so you'll notice right there it is not intended to be a protective case for your display, but it does actually have a raised edge at the top and an ever so light one here on the bottom here, so you can see it right there. Let me get it focusing again, and you can see it right there. So the buttons become a little bit more rigid, so you do need to basically push through and make sure it goes through. And you'll notice right there we do have that lightning rod that's showing up. That means we are charging, and the battery automatically starts charging your device when you plug it in. Now if I want to just shut it off and not want it to charge my phone, I press and hold it for 3 seconds and it does actually turn off, as it says right there. And you'll notice that the lightning rod kind of went away. It does support wireless charging, which means we can actually charge this battery and our phone using a wireless charger like a standard Qi charger. And the other thing I just want to mention to you guys is if you do connect the cable through, let's say I use the standard brick that comes with my phone, it'll be able to charge my phone at a fast or quick charging first. So it gives priority to the phone, as well as then when it's done with the phone, it'll start charging the case. So it always basically prioritizes your phone over itself. And if I want to turn it on, press it, and we'll have basically 4 indicator, 100%, 75, 50, and 25%. And of course, when all the lights are out, the battery is dead. At this point, I turned it on. You'll notice in here that the lightning rod is sitting there. And when it's charging from the battery itself, it does basically show as cable charging. It does not show it as fast charging. Although, when we connect it using the power brick that comes with the phone, it will automatically trigger fast wireless, fast charging directly to the phone. So you are not going to lose any functionality, on top of the fact that we can actually still connect our device directly to our PC and transfer our pictures, images, and everything directly. So if you have a wireless charger or power brick like I have here, this is a Mac Qi one that I've had from a previous review. I'll go ahead and put my phone over it. And you can see it right there. The power charging little option came up right there. Now on my phone, it still shows it's showing as cable charging. It's because it's going through the actual case. So even though I'm connecting it to a wireless charger, it's not going to show up as a wireless charger on my phone. I'm pretty sure you want to see obviously that it actually does work. So I'll go ahead and connect it to this PC, and you should be able to see it right there. Here it is, the Galaxy S10. And we'll touch it one more time. And as long as we say allow, the device should be able to see the phone as well as the memory card. Over at the Amazon site, they do list that this case is not NFC supported, which means you should not be able to use NFC to connect to any other device. But I did find out that actually if I do put my two devices together, so here it is, my Galaxy, and you can see touch to beam, I'll give it a second, and then the beaming is sending and receiving. So it does seem like the NFC does work. I'm not sure if this is going to be usable for payment, just keep that in mind. It's mostly just there to transfer with Android Beam. And of course, I'm not sure if Samsung Pay will work. For the most part, because of the battery sitting all around the back of our device, that's generally where most of our issues are. But again, your mileage may vary. It is not said, well, it specifically says it does not support it, but as you saw, I was able to actually transfer an Android Beam image. Here you go. Open it up, and we'll go back one more time. And we have it from the S10 Plus over to the Mate 20 Pro. This is by far the best extended battery you can get for your Galaxy S10 and S10 Plus. Keep in mind, as far as usage and well, how long will this battery last, I will say this is this. If your device currently lasts you a day and a half, depending on your usage, you're going to basically double that. At the bare minimum, double that. Because this has basically a 5,000 milliamp battery, and we have a 4,100 milliamp battery in our S10 Plus. So consider that. It will charge up your phone again all the way to 100% if you let it go down to 0, and of course, just give you double that battery life. The really nice thing about it, even though you really worry about the fact that it doesn't do fast charging to our phone when we're not connected with the original brick, keep in mind, you can actually have this charge your phone when your phone is in your pocket, in your backpack. You don't actually have to sit at a charger and connect it and wait for it to charge. It could be charging all the time and making sure your device runs. Just make sure you use the buttons in the back. If you want to turn it off, press and hold it for 3 seconds. Otherwise, when you turn it on, you'll be able to see how much battery you have, as well as basically how your device is charging. Now, as far as some of the things that you want to make sure that you guys are aware of, basically NFC payment as well as reverse wireless charging will not work. This pretty much covers your entire back. Although, as you saw, Android Beam does work, and that does use NFC, so I would not necessarily say that this works with it. It does actually say on their site that this does not support NFC. So just keep that in mind. Don't buy this expecting to be able to use it. And if it does kind of work, just keep in mind that's a fluke. It's just not intended right now. We do have a pass-through connection here on the bottom to be able to charge our device, but you do need to have your own charger, so that's one thing you want to keep in mind. It won't give you fast charging if you're using a standard brick. Just something to keep in mind as well. Last but not least, as far as usability, although we have everything is set up correctly, it does seem like it's actually protruding. And let me go ahead and shut off the screen. It does actually protrude ever so slightly on my glass protector that I have here. This is the white stone dome glass. It's protruding on the bottom left, but not on the bottom right, which makes me wonder if I installed it incorrectly, and that's probably why it's not fitting. Although I would imagine with the existing, well, the pre-applied protector that comes with the phone, you should be pretty good, as I think those are pretty much really good and very case friendly. A simple fix for me would be basically just to kind of ever so slightly kind of shave off a little bit off of here just to give it a little bit more space, because it's not breaking my glass, but it does have enough to basically bump against it. So in my case with the bad install, I'm not going to remove the glass. I'll make sure that it works for me very nicely. Overall, very nice, reasonably priced, about 40 bucks directly on Amazon. I'll give you guys a link for it in the description below. And of course, I really appreciate it. And I just want to see more and more options from Zerolemon, as they are by far the best extended battery case providers that we have on the market right now. And I've been using their devices or their cases for an extended amount of time. Like and subscribe as usual. Thank you very much for the support, and I'll see you guys in the next video.